This is Spam Jam Podcast by First Line Software.
Hello everyone, welcome to Spam Jam, powered by First Line Software. I'm your host Vladimir, and today we're gonna meet with Stas, our Senior Business Analyst. Hi Stas, how are you going?
Hi Vladimir, thanks for having me. Really excited to be here. So let's start.
Let's start, yeah. Just to kick off, can you please tell me a bit about your current job at First Line Software? What are you doing?
Yeah, as you've mentioned, I'm a business analyst in e-commerce projects. So basically, I'm dealing with the warehouse logistics. But previously, there was a lot of experience that I had with the North American health insurance and also in automotive sphere, actually in logistics. That's why I'm excited to work with logistics projects in e-commerce right now. And, there is a lot of GenAI in my life recently.
That's cool. But before we jump into this great topic, just in 2 words, what business analysts should do? I mean, what are you doing? You're just talking to the client and then transforming it to something. What is that? Just brief, in 1 sentence.
Sure. So, basically, the business analyst is the one who is talking to the client, eliciting their requirements, then writing them down in such a form that the engineers could comprehend it and then develop a solution based on it. There is a lot of other implications to that process, but that's in 1 phrase.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So today we're going to talk about GenAI. Yeah, GenAI is everywhere. I mean, everybody are talking about GenAI. On every conference, on every meetup, GenAI. And let's just talk, how does it affect your particular job? What do you think? I mean, GenAI tools, is it helpful for business analysts? Is it a problem? What's going to happen? So your point of view.
Let me start with just a beginning of my today's day. I have a task to prepare requirements to form a new document that will go to the third-party logistics company. And we are transferring from one warehouse management system to another. And that's why I have the source code for forming that file. And I need to understand it to write the requirements properly, how this file can be implemented in our new warehouse management system. What I did today to understand the SQL that I have was I've tried to interpret it with the GPT. And the internal GPT that I use, deployed on my local machine, and it explained me what stands behind this code. Not to do it on my own, but to actually make it a little bit faster. I did it, and I already have the understanding of the fields that I need to talk to the client to understand their meaning and how I would need to concatenate them to get this file done and to get the requirements prepared. So this is just an example of how it influenced my life. But except that, there are a lot of other things. First of all, when ChatGPT first appeared, I've tried to write requirements with the ChatGPT from the stakeholder requirements that I got in an email. I've tried to generate acceptance criteria based on a template using ChatGPT. And I also used it as a query over document tool to query over the knowledge base of the client to understand their documentation better.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, just want to make sure I understand properly.
Yeah.
Would it be correct to say that for you as business analyst, all these GenAI things, like ChatGPT or any other LLM, can be kind of empowerment in terms of understanding the business area, for example, of the client? Like, I know, we'll start talking to, as you mentioned, warehouse logistics. You can easily gather some information regarding what is that, how warehouse logistics is working. If you're going to meet with, somebody from retail, you're going to get some helpful insight from GPT to understand what are the potential pain point or strengths, or it's not like that?
No, it's actually not about the understanding of the domain, but it's actually like a tool that I can use to do my job faster. Not it's not empowering me to do it better, I would say, because there is a lot of lags and a lot of drawbacks in the way this basically autocomplete technology makes things done, but it makes a lot of things faster. GPT doesn't know anything about warehouse logistics, any of these tools. Well, they know something because they've trained it on the data accessible from the internet. But when it comes to such sensitive area as the warehouse logistics and client data, you cannot rely on this. So what you can do, you can use the documents that you got from the client and train your local GPT on it. And then you can ask like a chatbot, like, for example, what's the specifics about shipping the goods from using this warehouse management system from our warehouse? And it will give you an answer without querying the documents with hundreds and hundreds of pages. That's an excellent example how it can work.
Okay, so it gives you ability to work faster, but still your real brain is needed to understand the, let's say, business purpose on the client side. So we cannot say that, okay, we are using ChatGPT, so we know all domains worldwide. Doesn't matter if it's aviation, I don't know, warehouse logistics, anything like that. So analyst still has to understand the domain area, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. Talking about the tools which appear now on the market. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different ones. You already mentioned some of them. Yeah. Can you tell a bit something specific you are using in your current daily life? I mean, something maybe you already developed. Yeah, what helps you really to empower yourself and empower other analytics in our company?
Yeah, sure. So we've built such tool that is called FLS decomposition tool or AI decomposition tool. The idea behind it was there are a lot of cases when the client comes to you with just one sentence, saying something like, I need a page where I can see the weather. I don't know, the weather forecast for today, something like that. Well, you know, those clients that are just, hey, Stas, you need to, we need urgently to do some this page, I don't know, and this giant red button on, on our landing. And for sure, I can go and try to I'll probably write the user story that why do I need this button and what value it brings and how to do it.
As you did in the past.
Yes, as I did in the past. And also write the acceptance criteria for it. But to not spend a lot of time on it, on the manual work, while you could actually spend it more about thinking about the details of this implementation of this story, of this requirement, you could just submit this stakeholder requirement to our chatbot. It's actually a Slack bot. It's integrated with Slack. And it will give you the user story in a gherkin format with this phrases as a role I want to feature so that value, and with a list of acceptance criteria also in the gherkin language with the given when then structure. And also, we actually developed the feature to have a list of questions that you, as a business analyst, should ask your stakeholder to get to the better requirement. It's really helpful because you don't need to write it manually, the whole story and acceptance criteria. And after that, all you need to do is to think whether the result is right and whether you need to change something in it, and ask some questions from the stakeholder. So this is the first thing.
Sounds very cool. One question. Yeah, we all heard about different hallucinations of LLM models. Yeah, may it affect your story? May it affect the FLS decompositor?
Yeah, definitely. It happens a lot, especially because such things as well as the decomposition tool, they don't have the context. So there should be a lot of context provided to those things. First thing that I did before we've released this FLS decomposition tool was an experiment with acceptance criteria. And first thing that I tried to do was to just go to ChatGPT and say, well, you are a business analyst, you are working with the warehouse management systems, and you need to write a story about the shipment messages that are going out to the other ordering system. The first results were bad. Then I've submitted a lot more context about how it works. It was better. The results were better. I even tried to hire up the version of GPT by paying. That time it was still something that you needed to pay for to get the GPT-4. And so paid some money and submitted the same question with the same context. For some reason, the 4.0 version, not the 4.0, just GPT-4, was not so great as GPT 3.5. I don't know why. I've ended up with the few-shot prompting when I've submitted context, the example of what I want to have from it, and then I've submitted this like stakeholder stories that I wanted the acceptance criteria for. It was quite better. So my answer to this, to avoid hallucinations, you need to have a lot of context, a lot of examples, and probably that's all you need to have. But there will be still some hallucinations, and you need to live with that. That's why GenAI is not replacing the business analyst.
Yeah, so you still need to control what is going out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to sum up this story, talking about this decomposition tool, can you measure somehow the efficiency of it? I mean, like, previously, I used to spend 1 day to prepare all this stuff. Now, I mean, it's just takes me like 20 minutes and everything is ready. I just need to control everything and go back to the client with prepared questions.
I did such experiment at the beginning of this whole story. I wouldn't say there was a lot of efficiency increase at first, because there was not a lot of context in it. I know that right now, when I'm writing requirements with the FLS decomposition tool, I am spending probably 15% time less than I would.
15% less?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's out of the head. It's a gut feeling that I have. As more you give the LLM the context and the structures that you want to get from it, the more you will get the time reduction.
Okay. To make a bridge to our most hottest topic, which you already discussed with you a bit, you mentioned that you have to prepare very precisely different prompts. Does it mean that for you as business analyst, it now required to know, let's call it prompt engineering area? Because it's something which never existed before, I suppose, before GenAI. Now you have to understand how to prepare the proper prompt. Is it something like a new skill for you?
I think that for the business analyst, the prompting is not a new skill.
Okay.
Because, that's what we are doing. We are going to client and prompting them first. You're right that it changes the landscape of our whole area, because not only the business analysts, but also the testers, the engineers, the SRE probably, all of them need to know how to prompt efficiently. Because, it's kind of an industry standard right now. If you want to do things faster, like as an engineer, you are asked to write a new block of code somewhere. Mm-hmm. And, if that's quite a typical block of code that exists somewhere already, you could probably ask GPT to write it. Okay. And then copy it over and make some corrections to it, as well as I do with my day-to-day business analyst jobs with those criteria.
Okay, understood. So let's move to the most important topic here. Yeah, we are saying at the moment, and it's my personal position right now, is that GenAI might be like a new agile for us. I remember when agile appeared 2002, when we started using it, it was a huge shift in terms of delivery organization. I mean, new roles appeared like Scrum Master, Product Owner. The whole delivery process was fully changed from waterfall, to these iterations and so on and so forth. So it was a huge shift. What I see now is that, and you a bit already mentioned it, that with GenAI, also a lot of new roles and new way how you're gonna deliver a software will appear. Will be prompt engineers, GenAI architects, GenAI security specialists. The whole entire maybe process of software engineering might be changed. So it will be a big shift in the delivery. So you cannot just stay the same, but add GenAI as a one more tool for you. What do you think about it?
Well, my position is quite different because as already mentioned while answering the previous question, I think that's just an addition to what we do right now in our current life. So, there was a period of time when on Upwork there was a lot of new vacancies. We need a prompt engineer. We need to build a GPT straight away. We need to build a new GenAI application and so on. But maybe the prompt engineers will prevail at some areas, but basically the roles aren't changing because you're still doing what you do. There will be an engineer, but who can prompt GPT and who can get his work done faster. There probably will be the prompt engineers that are writing the prompts for the clients, maybe for the clients in the sphere of content creation. I think, it might be also. But what I'm not really sure about is that we will completely change or switch to the GenAI architecture in our day-to-day life, because the architecture right now under the LLMs is transformative. It's basically an autocomplete. That's an autocomplete that you see in your Outlook when you're writing emails, and when it suggests you the next words that will be written, something that we have in our IDEs when we're writing code. And as I said before, there is a lot of context and a lot of structure needed to make it work right. And to make it better, to make it work on hard analytics tasks, like let's say there is no Stas anymore, and my
AI Stas.
There is an AI Stas, and my product owner comes to the AI Stas and asks, Stas, I need to create a new inventory movement API right now. And AI Stas cannot do the job that I'm doing right now because he cannot go to the developers and ask them how it works. He cannot go.
But wait. Potentially, as an artificial kind of point of view, potentially we may not need even engineers. Maybe just because look, AI Stas spoke to the client, understood what client need, described all requirements. Then AI engineer wrote the code based on any language, because even now you can write some Python code in ChatGPT. Then AI tester testing it and upload it, and AI DevOps is moving it to production through Azure or AWS or any other infrastructure, and that's it.
You kind of right now can do this. You can build this net of an agents that will do this whole process in one black box. But the thing is, the business right now is pretty deterministic. They want to know what results they are getting from this black box. And this is the whole point of the systems we are creating. They want to dictate to us the rules by which the business will exist. So kind of when I'm trying to prepare the requirements for some system, for example, that sends receipts notices to the ordering system. They are saying to me, this should be in such and such format. There should be such columns. There should be such paddings around those values in the columns. And this should be delivered at that time and during that, time of the week, for example, only on working days. And there is no mechanism right now on GenAI to control this. Okay. Maybe there will be new testing methods that will lead to such situation. But right now, this deterministic way of thinking in business, it's stopping us from this.
Okay. But sounds really promising. I mean, that still GenAI is not going to replace the human brain, and human creativity, because all what we are doing in software engineering is about creativity. So I hope that, it will empower our teams, and it's already empowered, as you showed, with the decomposition tool as an example. So it gives you newer possibilities. You start working faster, you start spending less time and be more efficient, and it's super cool. So maybe some final words you want to say to our listeners.
Don't hesitate to touch those technologies, because they will help you work a lot faster, more efficient, and you'll learn new things. At least for us as business analysts, the main characteristics is also always curiosity. So be curious, try to spend some time in investigating all these LLMs and things around you, and you will benefit from it.
Great advice. Thank you very much, Stas. So that was it for today. Thanks for listening to our Spam Jam powered by First Line Software. And if you enjoyed our episode, please subscribe, like, repost, and tell to your friends how cool it is. Bye-bye.
This is Spam Jam Podcast by First Line Software.